They keep begging for a list. DOJ said no client list. So stop chasing a fairy tale and start screaming about the real thing. The vault, the vault, the vault. Who's holding the keys? Pam Bondi. Who signed the filing? Todd Blanchard. Who runs the bureau that sits on records? FBI Director Kash Patel. Who says it's almost done while the calendar laughs? All of them. Congress passed a law. Epstein Files Transparency Act signed and sealed. Deadline Deck 19, 2025. Not whenever, not we'll see. What we get? 12 285 5 documents. Once were with fine 5 to 7 5 pages while they admit over 2 million still sit in review. That's less than 1%. That's not transparency. That's a sample tray. And don't you dare say it's complicated like that's an excuse for law breaking. You got 400 DOJ lawyers and 100 plus FBI analysts on it. So if it's still crawling, tell me what's heavier, the workload or the name? Or the names. Open the veil, protect the victims. A name on a page ain't guilt, but secrecy is permission. Open the veil. No more trust us scripts. You said no list, cool, release what exists. Release. They say duplicates, they say redactions, they say privacy requests. I say fine, protect victims first, but don't hide the power behind the same black ink and call it ethics. And when survivors say redactions are sloppy, when victim names show up by mistake, that's not careful, that's reckless. And then they call us reckless for asking why. Schumer says DOJ is withholding names of political figures, calls it lawlessness, wants court action, kinda wants FBI interview files released. Massey's talking lawsuits, so bipartisan anger is in the room. And your answer is still soon. Soon is what you say when you're buying time. Question, why not release faster? We are making all reasonable efforts. Reasonable for who? If there's no list, then prove it with sunlight. If the vault is clean, it'll clean itself in daylight. If the vault is dirty, then daylight is the only disinfectant. So don't blame the public for speculation. You manufactured it with silence. Silence. Open the vow, protect the victims. A name on a page ain't guilt, but secrecy is permission. Open the vow. No more deadline slips. Deck 19 was law, Jan 20 is your excuse. Open the vow. If you're innocent, transparency clears you. If you're guilty, transparency finds you. Either way, we're done waiting. Bondo. Is the cover up.